And a very good evening to all of you. It is 8 o'clock on the East Coast. I am in New York City in my apartment where I am most every night when we do our town hall. It's good to have those of you who are with us already joining us. We'll give a little bit of time for folks to get on and then we will get started. How you like the shirt? You like the color? I actually bought this in Puerto Rico and I thought, is it going to be silly to wear this? But why not? I'm in my own house. I can wear whatever I want, right? Little island feel. Well, I'm on an island, just not Puerto Rico. So I have a couple of special guests for you tonight. And what I want to do is I want to start with something that just happened, which I think is one of the most important things that you all really need to know. You've heard the president say that we're sending tons and tons of supplies to the states, and so they should be getting them. The president has suggested that people may be hoarding. The president has suggested that the governors may not know what they're talking about. And the governors have said, listen, we're not getting it. It hasn't arrived. I need more, right? Some has arrived, but we need more. And the nurses and the doctors at the hospital level are literally saying, I am working without personal protective equipment. My colleague Weijia Jiang at the White House tonight asked the admiral who is sort of heading up the federal government's effort to get supplies to the states. She asked him this tonight, and I'm telling you, it's the most important thing you might hear all day. She said to him, the governors have said, hey, listen, we're not getting what we need, but the president has said we're sending tons and tons of stuff. Where is the disconnect? And here's what the admiral said, which was a total aha moment for me. The supplies are coming from the federal government and being sent to distributors. Those distributors then give the supplies to the states. They don't give it to them, they sell it. So what happens is the states are not directly being given the aid. It's going to essentially a middleman, and the states are bidding to the middleman. And they're all fighting against each other. Louisiana, New York, Florida, California, Washington. They're all bidding to this middleman to say, hey, Mr. Middleman, give us, I'll pay you more. And so that state gets it because they paid more. Then the next state gets it because they paid more. Then the next state gets it because they paid more, like third or fourth in line. That's what's happening. So the reality is these supplies are not going directly to the state. It's not like somebody, the truck pulls up and a state official goes, well, thank you, you have arrived, we're going to open the warehouse and here's your stuff. That's not the way it's happening. There is a middleman, and the admiral literally said, that's just the supply chain. That's the way it works. So it was a total aha moment for me, because as a reporter, and I'm following it closer than most, I was so confused. Here the president is saying we're sending tons and tons and tons, millions and millions and millions, and the governors are saying we don't have enough. Where is it? We need more. So, I'm telling you, blew my mind. And that apparently is just how the process works. That's just how it works. So, there you go. That's the news bit, and we will start with, I'm going to bring in, and I hope he's here, I don't know, the University of Puerto Rico, the architecture school, has a lab that is using a 3D printer to make personal protective equipment for first responders. And I just found out about this. Let me text them. Is he ready? I just found out about this recently. They tagged me on Instagram. And so I said, well, you guys should come on. And they said, okay, Rafael Vargas, the director of our Fab Lab, as it's known, Fab Lab at the University of Puerto Rico, he can join you. And, there's a great need for PPE in Puerto Rico. And so, boom, they're helping. And I asked them to come in. And there they are. Rafael Vargas in. Are you Rafael Vargas?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Mr. Vargas.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. There's a big delay with your Bluetooth headphones. Would you be able to maybe disconnect the Bluetooth and try it without it?
Yes, sure.
How's that? Can you hear me now, Rafael? Can you hear
Is it
me
better now?
Yeah, I think so.
Perfect.
We're good. Okay, so I just kind of prepped everyone. So the architecture school, Fab Lab, you guys are using a 3D printer. Tell us what you're making and where it's going.
I direct the fabrication lab at the University of Puerto Rico, and right now we're collaborating with another fab lab, which is located in Dorado. It belongs to a school. It's called TASIS, and we both share similar equipment. And we both belong in an official network of fab labs that actually started at MIT, and that uh, gives us some resources as finding designs for PPE. And we're just starting right now because we're starting to fabricate using our 3D printers. We have like 10 to 12 3D printers right now working. They're printing right now um, as we talk, and
Wow.
we've been able to um, get near 100 of these a day. Uh, but as I said, we're just starting.
Okay, so
Um,
what are you making? I saw some pictures of it look like glasses.
Yeah, we're making some face shields, which is the transparent plastic that
Okay.
caregivers or healthcare workers
Hmm.
use uh, in front of their face,
Hmm.
so the droplets don't get on their face or on their eyes, or they wear this on top of their face mask. So
Right.
um, that's we're starting with that. So as I said, and this is something I want to say that this movement of fab labs fabricating this type of materials for hospitals or for even people that need to be outside, like the police and people that work at the supermarkets, for instance. Um, this is good. This has been a global movement. It started in other countries in which the virus was rampant way before than here, and there are a lot of these labs around the world. So we share
I love it.
information.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah,
Let's talk specifically about your lab. So you're making the
sure.
face shields. What else are you planning to make? And have you been in contact with some hospitals, doctors'
Shit.
offices?
Yeah, yeah, great question. We've been working specifically with the pediatrics hospital of the University of Puerto Rico, and we've handed them some of our fabrications. And what's been awesome is that we've been working this week on receiving feedback from them to know what things should we modify, what things should we change. Right now, there's a shortage of PET plastic, which is the best plastic to do this type of things. And we've been working with anything we find, and because right now there's a really huge demand. We've been receiving messages every day from individual doctors or other hospitals because there's a huge demand of these in Puerto Rico.
Wow, this is tremendous. Listen, I would encourage you to check something out. I did a story recently, and you can find it on my social media about a Chicago doctor who went out and got a plastics manufacturer to make him a box. And in the box, they put two holes, and they put the box over the face of the patient because someone who is infected with COVID, is could spread it, obviously, right? So this box just goes over the patient's face, and there's two holes where the doctor can put his hands in to intubate the patient and start a tube. Maybe that's something you all could consider and distribute to the hospitals on the island.
Yeah, actually, the reason I was explaining the whole network thing is because having access to that network, we've been able to find other designs other than ours that we've been printing, and most of them have been tested and verified in other universities like Cornell, NYU. They use it on their own hospitals, and now they're making them public, and we can replicate those here. So
I love it.
most of the new designs, we can access them right now, and we can test them here locally in Puerto Rico. So that's a huge thing.
I love it. Rafael, thank you for joining us. This is wonderful to hear. It's some good news. We all need to hear some good news, and I tip my hat to the students for doing this.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
You bet, Rafael. Have a good night. How's that to get the night kicked off, right? I love that. 3D printer, make it work, get it done. There is another individual who is going to be joining us. I don't know that she's on right now, but she is a scientist who runs an organization that represents, I think, more than 15,000 scientists from the island of Puerto Rico, and those who also live off the island. But they care about issues related to Puerto Rico. And she's going to join us to talk about an op-ed that she wrote in El Nuevo Dia, talking about what the government can and should be doing right now. She makes some really good points from a scientific perspective. So I know you want to hear from her. In the meantime, let's start bringing some folks in. Carmen. Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
Hi, are you trying to talk to us?
Yes.
Okay, you're in the dark.
Yes, just a moment, please.
Okay.
All right, better now?
Yeah, definitely. What's your name?
Okay, I'm Carmen.
Hi, Carmen. Where are you in the world?
I'm in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Okay, we can't see you again. It's like you have a shield over your camera.
Oh, let me see what's going on with the light. There we go.
Okay, so
Okay.
what is your new normal, love?
My new normal, I'm an educator in Puerto Rico. I work at a private institution. And for the past 3 weeks, I have been teaching in the distance learning program of our school. And we're privileged enough to have children who have access to a computer, have access to internet, and whose parents, have provided a nice place to, to be and taking the classes. And we have a great faculty, great administrators, and parents who have helped us put this together in no time, because it was literally, we barely had time to put this together. It was one Friday, okay, it was half a day for the teachers to meet, prepare, and then Monday we were supposed to return to school, and all of a sudden they said, you can't go back to school. We're going to start Tuesday. If you need to get something, just go, stay safe, go back home. And that's, I've been home since then, teaching the kids, getting used to a new way of teaching, a new way of seeing education, and trying to support the children, in any way possible, knowing that I'm on the other side, that I'm there with them and they're there with me.
I love that. I love that. I was afraid we weren't going to get you in, Carmen. We couldn't see you. And I'm like, hello, people. You want to talk to us? Turn on the light.
But I'm glad I'm here. And thank you so much for everything you do for Puerto Rico. I know you talked to my sister 2 days ago, and she was like, bring my sister in.
Oh, she's on here. She's already talking to you in the comments. She's on here. She's watching.
Yes. So I know, for all the educators and all the, people in the healthcare services, my hat goes out to them. And again, we're here for the kids. And I know education and health services will never be the same after this. And all we can do is reflect. We have spring break coming up next week. And it's a nice time to unwind, recharge, to continue. The kids always ask, Miss, when are we going back? I said, well, we have to take it 1 week at a time. We have to wait and see what happens. And in the meantime, we are here still teaching you. So I teach math. And at first it was, tough to actually teach math on the other side, because you have to show and tell all the time. So when you have fifth graders anxious to see the problem and you showing how to do it, so you manage. I made videos for them. I have an app where I can actually write, and you share the screen and they see it on the other side and they can respond to you. We're using an app that actually helps them raise their hand and write comments in a chat.
Really?
So that is awesome. We use Google Meet. I did.
Wow. But yes. Carmen, it occurs to me, and this is not to put down your system at all, but it occurs to me that your kids come from a place of privilege, because in speaking to so many other teachers, they don't have, families don't have that ability. Some may
Yes.
not even have Wi-Fi. They don't
Yes.
have apps. Their teacher is, so it just, living through what we're going through has just made me realize the different scenarios that when you
Yes.
live in a situation like this, access is not the same for everyone. So again, I commend you for what you're
Definitely.
doing, and I think it's
Thank you.
wonderful. But it's just a reminder that everybody's story is different. So I'm glad you joined
Yes.
us, and
Thank you.
thanks for weighing in. I'll let you get back to bed.
Oh, no, I'm okay. I'm going to be watching you, following you for sure.
Great, great. Well, thank you, love. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay,
You
bye-bye.
too.
Bye-bye,
Bye.
Carmen. Okay, so I think the lady who I'm looking, there she is, right here. Okay. Y'all like the shirt, huh? It's a good shirt, good color. There she is. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Wow, this is cool. Hi, my name is Giovanna Guerrero Medina. I'm the executive director of Ciencia Puerto Rico. I'm a scientist by training, and I also have a position at Yale University School of Medicine.
But your organization represents what?
Ciencia Puerto Rico is a community that gathers over 12,000 scientists, students, educators, basically in all fields that have some connection to Puerto Rico and that want to contribute through their expertise.
So it's not just Puerto Ricans.
No, anybody can
Gotcha.
join. You can be a part too if you wanted to. It's anybody that has some type of connection or interest in science in Puerto Rico.
I'm not smart enough to be a part of your organization, but I do like hearing from people in your organization. So I asked Giovanna just if she could give us 5 minutes to talk about this. She wrote an op-ed in El Nuevo Dia, and what is basically the conclusion that you have reached?
Well, the conclusion is that we do have the capacity in Puerto Rico to do all the molecular tests that people have been asking for and that we desperately need in order to be prepared for this pandemic. I wanted to clarify a couple of points as well. There's been a lot of talk about tests in general in Puerto Rico. But I wanted to clarify that the tests that the government seems to be prioritizing right now are not the right type of tests. You've had Marcia Cruz, Dr. Marcia Cruz, for example, previously on your program, and she's talked about how there's these new rapid tests, blood tests that test whether you have antibodies to the SARS-CoV-2, the COVID-19 virus. And those are good. They're better than nothing. But unfortunately, those don't, if you have a negative result with that, it doesn't really tell you that you don't have the virus. So they're a little bit hard to interpret and they can be complicated to use in a healthcare setting. And those are the ones that the government bought in super large quantities. Now, the other tests that I'm talking about, the molecular tests, those tell you if you have the genetic material of this specific virus. So they're very precise and they can be used to detect the virus on people that don't have symptoms. Whereas the blood test, you have to wait until you have symptoms and the body has put together an immunological response. With the molecular tests, you can detect the virus very, very early on when you could even be most contagious. Currently, the government doesn't really have enough of those tests being done in Puerto Rico. Most of them are being sent outside to the States. And the wait for the results for those tests can be as high as 8 days. And those are 8 days where, patients need results for medical treatment. Healthcare workers need to know what to do with patients to safeguard themselves and others. So we really need to ramp up the ability to do that in Puerto Rico.
What does the governor need to do better to make this a reality?
Yes. So there's private labs in Puerto Rico that have the capacity to do these tests. They have the equipment, they have the personnel, They have the federal certifications. There's also academic labs that could do it as well. And academic, a lot of, that there's a lot of scientists in Puerto Rico and universities, they also have equipment that could be recruited to do these tests. The government just needs to coordinate and better with these laboratories and recruit them into a national strategy. If the government, for example, said to the companies that produce the reagents for these tests, all these labs that are not state labs, but they're private and academic labs, are working with us, and they're important for our own national strategy to safeguard the lives of Puerto Ricans, those companies would be more willing to give reagents to those other labs than if the labs wanted to get the reagents on their own. I don't know if I explained that well, but
tell me if I'm understanding you correctly. You want a broader consensus and message, an operation led by the governor and the government to assemble all the resources, both public and private, on the island, to make a larger request to places like Roche, which is a company based in the United States, which produces these agents which are needed to get the test results. Because you believe that places like Roche may look at the government in Puerto Rico and say, well, they got a tiny operation anyway, so we ought to focus on the bigger operations in Louisiana, Florida, Washington, California, and New York. Is that correct?
Yeah, perfectly summarized. That's exactly right. They would be more willing to pay attention to Puerto Rico and to give us a larger number of reagents if they knew that the government was working in coordination with these other labs. And with the number of labs, of these type of labs that there are in Puerto Rico, we could actually be running over 1,000 tests a day, as opposed to the few hundred that we're currently doing right now. And that would be a great boost.
On behalf of everyone watching, because I can see the comments, we thank you. This leaves us better informed. It gives us more context and perspective. And I asked Giovanna at the very last minute to join us, and she was kind enough to do so. And so I thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you bet. Have a good night.
All right, good night.
See, aren't we better for knowing that? How was that perspective, right? Don't we all feel a little smarter after listening to that? I thank her for joining us. Faith is next.
What? Oh my gosh.
Well, hello.
Hello. I definitely didn't expect this to happen. Hold on. Okay, hey.
Is your name Faith?
Well, my name is Carla. My artist name is Faith Fawcett.
I was about to say we need to talk about this Faith Fawcett name because I love it. I wanted to know where it was from, but that's your artist name. What type of artist are you?
Well, I do everything, really. I'm a performer. I'm a musician. I make earrings. I'm making earrings right now to send off to my friends, little puppets. And yeah, I go by Faith Fawcett because I used to do like a vaudeville church service, comedy church service. And yeah, I used to live in California, and I remember one time hearing that the water supply, like the water reservoir, was running low, and they like anticipated it being like a year until it ran out. And I was kind of freaking out. And I was just thinking of what I believe in, which I believe in just like I believe in the power of creativity, like people's creativity to make the world a better place. So I just thought of that as like a resource that wouldn't run out, really. If all the other things were running low, at least we'd have that, you know?
Now, where did the water come from? Like what?
It was I heard it in Oakland. It was like the East Bay. I'm not sure where the reservoir was.
But I hear you, but what's the point? I missed the point.
Oh, the point is to that the spirit of like human creativity, that we can be creative and make things happen, that that we should not let that just go down the drain, like wow, how our resources have been mismanaged, like our natural resources. Yeah. And so like our creativity is like an abundant resource that we have as humans, that everyone has access to, and that we should tap it, you know?
Yes, I like that. Tap it. Now, Carla, tell me where you are in the world.
I'm in Georgia.
You're in Georgia. Okay, and you say that with a sigh. Tell me
Kind
why.
of, yeah. I mean, I've been on the West Coast for a while and just in other major cities where it's kind of more liberal. And I guess I'm just nervous to be in Georgia during this time. And I don't really know that many people, but I'm staying with my parents right now. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
tell me what your new normal is given the circumstance we're
Oh
all
my
living.
gosh. My new normal is trying not to go crazy with my parents. You know, just like developing a more, like deepening our relationship, really.
I
You know,
get it.
because
Yeah.
I've been gone for so long, so many years. We only had a certain type of relationship, and now that we've been here for a couple months, it's just been, yeah, it's just been, yeah, deepening my relationship with my family, and also every once in a while trying to reach out to people I know here in case I'm here and it's like a really apocalyptic, you know. I'm just like trying to build community. And I actually have a really good strategy. I just ordered online a harp, a 26 string harp, and my goal is and it comes with a strap so I can walk around with it. So cuz we just got shut down in Georgia for the first day. They waited for like a
Right.
last minute.
Right.
People are freaking out, you know, the grocery stores, and it's the Bible Belt, you know, and I'm just like a little more liberal than that. But I thought with the harp, I could walk around, play some beautiful celestial calming therapeutic music. People might hear it and see me, and they'll recognize me as like the beautiful sounding person, or they might come out and talk to me at a distance, and that's how I'm gonna win over my neighbors.
I have to tell you, there is a free spirit about you, which is very interesting and artistic and creative.
Definitely.
You, Maya Angelou said to me once at her home in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, as I got up from the table and I told her about an opinion I had about something, and she said, "Darling, do you and do it well." So I would offer that to you. Do you and do it well.
Thank you so much.
You are more than welcome. Nice to meet you, Carla.
You
Faith
too.
Fawcett.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Have a good night, love.
Bye.
That was like, what was that? That was so random, yet so unique. I love this. You just meet the most random people, like Carla. Like, what a special soul. What? What a special. Oh, turning my camera around. You can see New Jersey right there. That's the window on one side of my house. Okay, moving right along. Oh, we got somebody else in the dark.
Oh, no, no, I am not really in the dark. Hi, David. Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm good. I can't see you very well, though, love.
Oh, my God. Let me just move a little bit forward because I have my light on. There you go. Now?
Oh, honey, I think you get more appearances than anybody. You back?
Yes, I'm back. They called me today from the hospital. According to them, it was great news because they both came negative for COVID, my father and mine. But after what the doctor says, I am wondering if those tests were accurate enough for both of us. Now I am doubting and wondering those results. I really don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna wait to see if anything else develops health-wise, more fever or coughing or whatever, and then I have them redone.
Are you feeling
But
somewhat better today?
yeah, you can say so. I finished my pills for my mycoplasma.
Yeah.
I finished them. So I feel a little bit better. And my father is
Good.
coughing a little bit less, but still I am wondering about those results, if they're accurate enough or maybe false negative or whatever. But I am thankful they came out negative.
Me too. Me too. I'm glad you came on to update us about that because I was wondering.
And by the way, nice shirt.
Thank you. I got this at Old San Juan.
I know you got it here in Puerto Rico. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too, love. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Negative for COVID. That's a good news update. Negative for COVID. All right. This is just lemon water.
Oh my
Hello.
gosh, hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. What is your name?
With Alice.
Nice to meet you. Where are you in the world?
I am from Puerto Rico, but I'm in Orlando.
Orlando. Okay. What is your new normal in Orlando?
Great, great shirt. Love it.
Thank you.
Well, very interesting here in Orlando. Everything is so dead. The malls, the theme parks. Something different that happened. My mom passed away. So I'm a little emotional right now.
Oh, I'm so
She
sorry.
passed away about 11 days. Not because of COVID, but she was in hospice already, so we were expecting it. But very weird, so different. Not in a bad way, different, but thanks to technology, we were able to FaceTime, our family in the viewing. So it was only, they allowed only 8 people in the viewing. So it's only me, my brothers, nephews, and everybody. Imagine, I want to be there with you, and I didn't know how to say, no, you can't. You can't travel. You can't, they don't allow so many people here at once. But it's amazing. It's amazing that we on video camera. It was amazing. If we were there.
And I assume that you were unable to have them join because of the national emergency, right? They can't go, and the funeral home wouldn't allow a big crowd.
Correct. I mean, the lady that was there in the funeral, she was terrified. She was like, oh, no. We couldn't even see them. It was just, like I said, my brothers, my nephews. But she was like, it's not even that some people can come in, step out, and then she's like, no, only 8 people. So that was definitely different.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Talk about a new normal. I'm so sorry to hear about that. What was your mother's name?
Saul,
Saul,
which means son.
Oh, Saul, S-O-L.
Saul, yeah, yeah.
Do you have a picture? Can we see a picture?
Yes, I do. Not to mention at work, it's been crazy at work, like starting a new job. Everything is new. Sorry, let me turn on the light. Like starting a new job. So here, see if I can put some place that's my mom.
Oh,
that's me and my mom. This is my dad. He passed about 4 years ago. She's beautiful, huh?
Very, very much so. How many kids are y'all?
I'm sorry?
How many kids were y'all?
Or my
Do
mom.
you have siblings? Do you have siblings?
8. We're 5 brothers. 5 brothers and 3 sisters. I know.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, you said that's right. You were talking about you were talking about your brother at the funeral. Well,
right.
Thank you for showing us that picture. And Saul, that's a great name.
Sol Angel, which is Sun Angel.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Yeah.
Somebody said you look just like her.
Yeah, that's true.
You look just like her.
Very true. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming on and telling us. This is the first we've heard of a family dealing with that experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
and I can't let you go without telling you thank you for everything you do.
Thank you, love.
And I have to say that all Puerto Ricans, we all love you so much. And your little family. Adorable.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My best to you, and again, my sincerest condolences.
Thank you. Much love.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, that was very nice. All right, let me just make sure I'm not missing any important emails from work. We're getting our story ready for tomorrow morning's broadcast. Hello, I can't see you. So whoever we just connected with, I cannot see you. I don't know if it's a reception issue or what, but We cannot see you. And now I'm trying to bring in Sandra. So Sandra, it says you are unable to join. What that tells me is that you probably are calling, you're probably trying to come in from, well, now it says somebody else is unable to join. Oh, Lord. So R Burgos 27, you're unable to join. Maybe your account is private. So to Carlos now. Everyone who's trying to get in, make sure your account is public. Hi, Carlos.
Hey, David. How you doing, man?
I'm well, sir. Where are you in the world?
I am in Beaver Creek, Ohio, which is close to Dayton, about 10 minutes from Dayton.
Yeah, tell us about the new normal there.
So here I work for the Department of Defense. I am essential personnel, but the base basically here has kind of shut down, and they're kind of doing the right thing. So my new normal is staying at home, which I'm a veteran, so I'm used to being in one place locked down for a long amount of time. And just trying to do the right thing, man. I've gone to several times here and there that I've had to go into work. But unfortunately, what I've observed here is that a lot of people are not paying attention and not abiding by those laws. I mean, Ohio was one of the first ones to start the process, but it seems like it's kind of fallen down and people have forgotten. And unfortunately, it's gonna, I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be a harsh reality when stuff comes this way. So
can I ask you something? Because the interior, you know, we're so focused on big cities. I live in the bubble of New York City. What do people in Ohio, Middle America, think about this? Do they believe it? Do they believe the doctors? Do they believe the scientists? Or
well, you know,
not all people. I'm just talking about the folks you're talking to.
Yeah. This is kind of, especially where I live here, this area, the Dayton area, in the Beaver Creek area, it's more like a modest community. So obviously I'm from Puerto Rico, so I got a little bit different views, but it took a while. It took a while for them. You know, there was a lot of misconception initially, you know, the common thing, oh, this is just a flu, or oh, we're going to get through this. And I think now, because of New York and Chicago being so close and how they're expecting that everything, Ohio's one of the big cities that biggest population in the United States. So it's starting to catch up now, and a lot of people are starting to get scared, but they're just kind of like, it's just this attitude of, you know, and I've only said because I drive through and I see, you know, Target still full, a lot of places, and the governor put down those orders, but, you know, I don't know. It's scary.
I wish I could send everyone this 18-minute clip I have up on my YouTube channel that I've shared everywhere. And Carlos, if you haven't seen it, I would encourage you to go look at it. But I interviewed a doctor from a hospital on the west side of Chicago, and it was the most revealing, stunning.
Oh yeah, yep.
So
I watched it, man, and my heart broke. And it's...
Everyone should watch that. Everyone should watch that, so they get it. They get it.
Yeah.
They get it. It's
so, and especially here in Ohio. Ohio's a big medical area. Like everybody I know is in the medical field. So
yeah, you got the Cleveland Clinic in Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's gonna be tough, you know, knowing that, you know, it's gonna hit home eventually for a lot of people. You know, somebody you know, or somebody that family, or even yourself. So it's hard, man. So unfortunately, staying home and do the right thing.
Carlos, thank you. I'm glad you joined in.
Hey, I appreciate everything you do for the island, man.
Thank you, brother. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. I say it all the time. Some people are going to have to get sick and or be affected by this to get it. I just don't understand. I just don't understand how you don't listen to the scientists and the doctors. I don't get it. I don't get it. All right, trying to bring in Stephanie. I think we already tried to bring her in, but it wasn't working. So Stephanie, it still says waiting. So she may not be ready, or the connection may just not be good. Hello.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Hi, I'm from Edison, New Jersey.
What's your name?
My name is Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. What's your new normal?
My new normal is staying home, cooking, being a housewife that I stopped doing many years ago because my kids went, they grew up. And I work in the mall, in Menlo Mall and Pandora. And I miss my coworkers and my boss. And we have like the Zoom chats meetings still. And they not laid off, furlough. They put us on furlough. And they're going to pay us unemployment. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I miss work. I miss work. I have a cousin that thinks it's fake. So I did, when you said about people thinking that it's fake, I did delete him from my Facebook.
I understand that though. I do understand that. And you know what? I will, full disclosure, I have muted a few people over the last week on Twitter because I don't have the nerves to watch somebody spread misinformation or doubt. I just don't. I don't have the time.
That's what I like about you. When you hear people saying something, you always tell them, if you're not sure about it or you're not the person that it happened to, don't say the story. And I respect that when you say that.
Can I tell you why? Can I tell you why I do it? Not because I want to parent someone and not because I want to fuss at anyone, but because if one person is allowed to spread a mistruth, it disenfranchises everyone. And so I want to take up for the Republican and the Democrat, the woman and the man, the black and the white, the gay and the non-gay. I want everybody.
Me too.
Right? Like, you don't have to like somebody to stick up for them. You don't have to be friends with them. You don't have to agree with their faith. You don't get, but you can stick up for what's,
to someone today.
You can stick up for what's right. And what's wrong is spreading misinformation, especially in the time of a pandemic.
Yes.
Especially.
I agree.
So I thank you for joining us from Edison, New Jersey.
Okay, and I'm Puerto Rican, and my family's in Puerto Rico and Peñuelas.
Peñuelas?
Yes.
Ah, you know, I just went to Peñuelas for the first time for the earthquake.
Oh my gosh, yes. Where the tents were and where the Walgreens is, my family is from there, and then my uncle lives in the Cuevas, and my other uncle, he works for the mayor of that town. I won't say his name, but you know, I love Puerto Rico. I was there during Hurricane Maria for 3 weeks, so that was hard.
That was Well, thank you, love.
Yeah. All right. I love you.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
At all.
Hey, David.
I saw that face and I said, I just got to bring that guy in.
Yeah, I'm out here in Folsom, California. We are social distancing right now. It's we actually have some good weather. So here's our.
Say hi, Monique.
We're all hanging out.
Hi, sweetheart. So for everyone watching, this is Dave Sacco and his wife Monique. Hi, love.
Hi.
Oh my God.
I'm so proud of you, all your work you're doing.
Well, thank you. I was just telling the audience that Dave and Monique. So Monique is actually from South Louisiana, where I'm from. She fell in love with Dave and lives in California, and I became friends with them and Dave's brother Anthony and his wife Stacy. So tell me about the new normal.
Okay, so
I'll let you.
well, so I own an insurance brokerage with Anthony.
What's the new normal?
So we've been working from home since the beginning of March. One of our employees has asthma, so when things started to get a little crazy, we just had everybody start working from home to make sure that everybody was staying safe, and we're really concerned with how this was just going to affect his health. And then I've got, my parents are all either in their 70s or really close to it, so they're in that high risk population. They all are here in Folsom too. So
Okay.
we've been following the guidelines of the governor of California, staying home for the most part, going out when we need to get fresh groceries. But it's been pretty quiet. When I go to the office to pick up mail when I need to, but I'm pretty much just staying home. And I mean, even now we're enjoying some time with our next door neighbors, best friend of mine. So
Dave, let me ask you,
yeah.
the unemployment numbers came out today, and of course they are beyond what anybody could have imagined, but given the circumstances, we understand it. You're a small business owner.
Right.
What is your situation? I mean, I'm not asking you to disclose too much personal stuff, but I think about people like you because small business owners are saying, I may not be able to survive.
Yeah, and it's interesting, and in our industry, we are really dependent on all of the companies that we insure. So we're a commercial insurance brokerage. So we insure businesses, their workers' comp, general liability, all the other insurance that they need, group health, things like that. So, and a lot of what we focus on is construction. So construction's considered an essential business. So a lot of our clients are still operational, still doing business, and still maintaining all of their employees, and their jobs are still going, and they're able to social distance, and they're outside. And I mean, like we are now, I mean, the sun is what really helps from what I've heard anyway, is, staying outside and being 6 feet away from people, and, not sharing tools and things like that has really helped construction just maintain where it's at. So only a few of our clients have really been harmed financially by the pandemic so far, and most of our clients are here in California as well.
Dave's an example of what we should all be doing to follow the rules to a T. It is so good to see you, my friend. Tell your brother, and then
it's good to see you too.
And tell your parents I said hello, please.
Thank you, David. We love you.
Love you too. Bye, Dave.
Bye.
Oh, it's so good to hear from friends like that. Oh, they were so good to me when I was in California. I had a local news job in Sacramento, and that's where I met them. I think we met on a plane. Yeah, Monique and I met on a plane randomly. Huh.
Hi.
Hello, what is your name?
Maritza.
Maritza, where are you in the world?
I am in St. Cloud, Florida, just outside of Orlando.
Okay, all right. So tell us about your new normal.
Teaching online.
Okay.
I support students with learning disabilities. So I am currently logging on to just make sure that there haven't been any fires since I got off earlier. We are using a program on Microsoft called Teams, and we've got all our classes uploaded. We've got all our kids on there. We're filtering out work, and today the system was crashing. They couldn't log on. They're texting, they're video chatting. They're telling me, Miss, it's not working. So they're kind of worried, like, are they going to get penalized for late work? And we're like, no, this is all new. We understand. Don't freak out. It's okay. Just trying to keep them stress-free. So
yeah, and what type of disabilities do you deal with?
Learning disabilities. I have kids on the autism spectrum, which this is actually Autism Awareness Month. You're wearing blue. I see you. And kids with other social or behavioral disorders as well. But all in the gen ed setting.
I'm glad people like you exist because I feel like most all of us know someone who has a child with special needs. It might be one of our children.
Yes, my nephew's actually on the spectrum.
What did you say, love?
My nephew's actually on the spectrum.
Well, there you go. And I really appreciate what you said about anxiety, because when it comes to having special needs, sometimes the anxiety can derail the learning process.
Yes.
And so the ability that you have to manage that anxiety can promote better learning.
We've tried, my co-teacher and I, we've tried to like upload videos. Hey, God, and you can allow memes. So we've tried to do a little, just keep it fun for them. I knew that they wouldn't be excited about taking this on, but we tried to keep it light. That's what we're trying to do every day, is keep it light for them. You know, we think about kids too that are struggling. You know, we have kids that live in hotels. We have kids that are struggling to get food. I think about some of my kids with autism who may only eat certain kinds of foods and may not have access to, you know, the supermarkets went empty so quickly. So it's tough. It's tough, but we're hanging in there.
Well, thank you for joining us from St. Cloud, Florida.
Thank you for having me. Thank you, David, for everything you do for Puerto Rico too.
Thank you, love. Good night.
Good night.
Okay, everyone. So we have, by my estimation, 9 minutes left. 9 minutes, friends. Waiting means that person ain't paying attention. They ain't paying attention.
Hello.
Hello.
How
What
are
is your
you?
name?
Antonio.
Antonio. Where are
Yes.
you in the world?
I'm in Berkeley, California.
Oh, okay. Tell us
Yeah.
about your new normal.
I'm just helping my my aunt and my uncle around the house, trying to keep myself busy, you know. A year from now, I was abroad in Italy, and I was kind of bummed that I couldn't continue my second year of jewelry making over there. But now I'm like, it's better to be here, you know, with the family, I guess.
So
Yeah.
you make jewelry?
Yeah, I was studying jewelry making abroad. And I was selling jewelry in San Francisco. But you know, after everyone got laid off and all that, so
Are you
the new
able
normal
to?
is, yeah,
The new normal is.
to help around the house with my aunt and my uncle.
Are you
Yeah.
able to sell online?
Well, my thing is that I've been developing a brand and it's not complete yet. And my market is more international. So I had friends from Saudi Arabia, and that's the type of clientele that I was aiming towards too, you know. It's more bridal pieces that I wanted to design. So, you know, it's a struggle, especially to start a brand now when the world is going crazy.
How is it living with your aunt and uncle right now?
Oh, I love it, honestly. I don't see myself being in quarantine by myself. I think I would go crazy, you know. It'd be a little bit scary, and also my aunt cooks really good food, so I can't complain. Can't complain.
That's a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
The final word is yours. Whatever you want to say.
Honestly, is to everyone to just stay at home and to focus on the bright side. I know it's really, really dark times right now, but aside from that, focus on yourself and building a better future for all of us, you know. So
I wish you all the best in jewelry making. Maybe one day I'll be.
you should wear one of my pieces. Yes.
I'll be flipping through Instagram and I'll see Antonio.
Yes, definitely. Take care. Nice talking to you.
All my best to you. Good night.
Thank you. Bye.
I love an entrepreneurial spirit. All right, so 8:53. The police come for us at 8:59. Uh-oh. Waiting and waiting means they ain't ready. Sally, come on, Sally. Oh, Sally, it says you're not available. That means your account is probably private, Sally. All right, Daisy. Here we go, Daisy. Daisy.
Hello.
Hello?
What is of the essence?
What is of the essence?
Oh my God. I can barely hear you. Give me a second.
Hello?
Hello.
Is there a Daisy?
Yeah, she's right there.
Oh no, not me, no.
Are you trying to talk to us?
Yeah, but it looks like the system is having weird audio issues.
Okay.
So I guess maybe we'll call back some other time. I don't know.
Okay, sounds good. No problem. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I don't know. Michelle, 4 minutes left. Oh, Michelle, your account is private, honey. Your account is private. Sally, it still says, yeah, Sally, yours says unable to join, Sally. All right, last one. Hello.
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 Mira, aquí tengo. I got David online. Hello, David.
Hello there.
How are you?
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. What is your name?
Alejandro.
And where are you in the world?
We are in Miami, Florida.
So we can't see you. Okay, that's a little bit better right there. What's tell me about your new normal.
My new normal is
Can't see you very well, buddy.
let me see. Okay. Now let me go. So my new normal is being a father full-time, a teacher, and I guess a professional because I'm working at home.
We still can't see you. All I see is great hair. You got good hair.
Oh my alma. So there's no barber yet. So there you go.
All right, we can see you better. So father, teacher.
Father, teacher, and professional. I'm working from home, so.
Yep. And how is that working out for you?
Good, I guess. I have two boys, a 10-year-old and a 5-year-old.
Yep. So
sometimes they drive us crazy, but I mean the bright side is that we spend a lot of time with them. So that's been great.
A lot of family time.
A lot of family time, yeah. And today was my first virtual learning class for my smallest child, so that was fun.
How'd that go?
Yeah. So nothing. I just saw you on Instagram, and I put the request, and I got lucky.
Okay. You got lucky, and you're the last one. So you get the final thought because we got 1 minute left before Instagram kicks us off. So whatever.
Okay. So no, I just want to echo what the previous person said. I mean, look at the bright side of everything, and just keep moving forward, and stay positive.
That's all we can do. That's all we can do. And the unity about all this, Alejandro, is that we're all in this together. Every single person is doing the same darn thing. So thank you for joining us. My best to you and the family.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a good night.
Have a good one. Bye.
All right, everybody. So that's a wrap. Have a wonderful night. I will see you back tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Good night.